Welcome to the 10th Rule Books Big Bad Old School Radio Serial Podcast. Brought to you by 10th Rule Books, bringing you the pulp fiction that skips the boring parts. This week we continue with part 2 of Fierro, as Lance meets Gordon, and 2 more local losers plot to get a hold of Andy's cocaine. Enjoy.
Chapter 4. Lance. Hollywood. The man formerly known as Thomas to his family and Lester to the kids at his high school was washing up after putting the wood to a girl who would have been the hottest chick in Salinas had she been unfortunate enough to grow up there. Out here she was just another waitress with a dream. With her big jet black hair and perfect tits, she looked like she could be the star from some raunchy teen comedy, or at least the star's best friend. That was more than good enough for Lance. Till he made his way south, he was rarely getting better than his own right hand. It's not like her lack of acting credits made her body any less hot or dampened her enthusiasm for his cock. Thomas did not come south to be a star. He could not act and was realistic about how good looking he was. He just wanted to get out of the Central Valley. He figured if he was going to be living in a crappy apartment, working some crappy job, he might as well do it where a guy could go to the beach without wearing a jacket in the summertime. He had been in enough locker rooms to know he'd been blessed in the dick department, but honestly never figured he had the stamina to last like the guys he had seen on video. For the hell of it, he answered an ad in one of those alternative newspapers looking for performers. He never figured they would hire him, but they did. And he learned with the combination of people watching and cocaine, he could go for as long as they needed him to. He had just opened the door a crack to see what the guy was delivering when everything went black for a second. Next thing he knew, he was on his back on the threadbare carpet. He saw the door was hanging funny and some dude wearing a members-only jacket and black parachute pants was punching Chrissy in the face. "Hey, what the hell," he said as he rose to his feet and started moving toward the man, thinking he would grab the bleach blonde rat tail hanging to the middle of the dude's back and then punch him in the face. Lance stopped in his tracks as the big silver gun filled the dude's hand and pointed Lance's way. "What? Nothing to say, tough guy?" the gunman said. "Leave him alone, Gordon," naked Chrissy said from the floor as she wiped some blood from her lip. "Shut your mouth, bitch," Gordon said. Lance looked at Chrissy. "You know this guy?" "We were like a couple," Gordon said. "Yeah? Well, you were a couple. She's with me now. 5 to 7 pounds of pressure from my index finger, and that could change real quick," Gordon told him. "I'm pretty sure she was single when we started seeing each other." "This isn't about that," Gordon said. "Hell, her leaving me was a fucking godsend. She's one fine piece of ass, but trust me, she is batshit crazy. What do you want then?" "She took something from me," Gordon said. "What, hair gel, some cassette tapes, couple keys of coke." "Bullshit, Gordon," Chrissy said. "Don't blame me for your inability to keep track of your shit." Gordon sighed. "I really don't have time for this." He reached into his fanny pack and produced a roll of duct tape. He tossed it to Lance, who surprised himself a little when he caught it. "I know from experience she is a talented liar, but you, Lance, if our mutual friends are to be believed, basically a big dumb country boy with a huge cock. Why don't you tie her up so you and I can talk?" "I don't think so." Gordon swung the automag her way. "You'd rather I shoot her in the face?" Lance decided to tape her up. She did not like it, but like Lance, she believed Gordon's threat to be sincere. "Don't forget her mouth," Gordon said after Lance bound her arms and feet. "Fuck you, Gordon, you limp dick little man," she said. "That is why I wanted your mouth taped." "Sorry," Lance told her as he taped up her mouth. After he was done, he asked, "Can I at least put her on the sofa?" "Whatever," Gordon told him. Lance carried her over, noticing the ceramic bong was sitting on the coffee table along with some empty soda bottles and 2 ashtrays full of cigarette butts. He set her down and looked back to see Gordon had gone to prop up the door. He snatched the bong and threw it at Gordon's head. Gordon dodged the water pipe, which shattered as it struck the door. Lance followed his throw and grabbed the gun before Gordon could raise it. Lance concentrated on twisting the pistol free. He was so focused on the pistol he did nothing to protect his face from Gordon's punch. A left cross and 2 good uppercuts to the body later, Lance lost his grip on the gun and Gordon pushed him away. Lance thought he was going to get shot for sure when Gordon brought the auto mag up. Instead of firing, Gordon said, "Hold still." Actually, take a step back. Lance did as he was told. "You like Chuck Norris?" Yeah. Why?" Gordon executed a near-perfect roundhouse kick to Lance's temple, knocking him to the floor. "Always wanted to do that," Gordon said. Lance tried to get up, but took a soccer-style boot to the chin and blacked out. Chapter 5. Bryce and Dave. Salinas. Dave and Bryce had been thinking about going out to score some crank when Hack and his zombie-looking girlfriend showed up at Dave's door. Hack's mean, gorilla-looking pal, Eddie, was standing a few steps back. Probably a smart move. As bad as Hack and his girl looked, they were not scary like Eddie. "Donnie home?" Hack asked. "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know?" "I mean, I don't know." "Well, go check, you little smartass," Hack's old lady told him. "Donnie moved out like 6 months ago." Hack just stared at him for a long time before shaking his head. "Oh yeah, I forgot all about that shit. You got that place up in Prunedale, right? Moved in with that one chick, Linda." "Yeah, Linda. You think he's home?" "I have no idea." "Okay, thanks, I guess." Hack was turning to leave when Dave stopped him, saying, "Hey dude, wait," loudly and then quietly saying, "You still have any of that crank? Pink shit?" "Sure, how much do you want?" Dave dug into the front pocket of his Levi 501s and came up with a guitar pick and a crumpled $10 bill. $10 worth. "That's it?" "Unless the pick counts for something." Hack reached into a side of pocket inside his leather vest and palmed some powdered crystal meth stuffed into a folded up sheet of notebook paper. They shook hands, and when they pulled away, Hack had $10 and Dave had some crank. Hank left and Dave hustled to his room where his pal Bryce was waiting. They were planning to head out to see if they could score some crank before Hack rang the doorbell. His skinny ass showing up was a nice bit of luck. Scoring drugs on this side of town was never a sure thing, and he always felt too white to be trying to make buys on the east side of Salinas. His parents were not home, but he wanted to have all the drugs snorted before they got there, so he quickly took the decorative mirror with the Jack Daniels logo off the wall and chopped up a couple lines with the razor blade he kept hidden under his mattress. "Damn, that shit will certainly clear the sinuses," Bryce said as he did his first line. "Yeah, all the kick of coke half the price," Dave told him before bringing his nose and straw to the mirror. "You say so. Never done any coke." "Never?" "Never." "Dude, it's pretty rad. When did you do coke?" "Remember my cousin Lester? The molester?" "Yeah." "Is Lester his real name?" "No, it's Thomas. Followed Jenny Evans into the girls' bathroom in 8th grade and felled her up. Everybody started calling him Lester the molester after that." "I heard he was doing porn." Doug said he saw him in a tape he rented at a movie club. We tried to check it out, even though I'm not sure why I wanted to see Lester's dick, but it was gone. Clerk said somebody stole it. Probably his mom, because that shit is absolutely true. He goes by Lance McAnus Buster when he's performing, though I think Lester than Lester would have been a rad porn name. Maybe I'll use it when I move to Hollywood. "You going to Hollywood?" "Maybe, if I can get the money." "Cool," Dave said, even though he knew Bryce was having trouble coming up with enough cash to move out of his mom's house. Any move down south was just a fantasy. He did not want to ruin it, though. He liked to indulge in similar fantasies himself. "Yeah, I can't wait." Anyway, Dave continued, "Lester was back last week and he turned me on to some coke. Where was I? I think you were working. Might not have mattered. He kept it in the family. Just my brother, me, and one of Lester's friends. Like you said, the stuff is pricey." "So, you did blow with a porn star?" "Technically, yes. Though it was a dude porn star, and he is my cousin." "He didn't bring any of his co-stars?" "Nope, just the coke. Which was pretty awesome. Snorting it was great, but I hear smoking it is better." "Isn't that how Richard Pryor burned himself up?" "Yeah, sure. That one time he lit his ass on fire. The other 1,000 or so other times he got high as shit. Honestly, it's a good thing it's so expensive. Otherwise, people would be doing it all the time. That's why Bry broke ass is snorting this crank. Not enough hours in the week to make that kind of money at $3.35 an hour. You had the cash, would you? Sure, but I wouldn't even know where to buy any. Oh, I got that part. Remember that dude Andy? The fat stoner who was always hanging around the school even though he graduated like 2 years before us? What makes you think he stopped? Gave my sister a ride home last week, and there he was over by the back stairs, smoking cigarettes with some other losers. We used to smoke cigarettes by the back stairs. Bryce was not sure what to say to that. Anyway, the point is, Andy had some coke, Dave said. Really? Andy? Yeah, he and Lester were pals. If Lester did not have a foot-long dong, he would be hanging out at the high school too. The reason Andy has coke is because Lester wanted him to sell it for him. Who around here can afford cocaine? I thought the same thing. No one who can afford it would be going anywhere near a dude like Andy. Then again, it's not like Lester chose a career in fuck films instead of working on Wall Street. This is a guy who doomed himself to be called Lester the Molester by feeling up a chick who was by no one's definition hot. Doesn't matter, since we were a couple of those locals who can't afford it. Who says we have to afford it? I assume you still have your pistol. Yeah. I can get my dad's shotgun. So we go take it from him. And he likes to act like some drug kingpin when he sells pot at the high school, but we both know he's just another fuck-up. What makes you think we can sell it any more than him? Why would we sell it? The money? Dude, what do we spend money on anyway? We get tired of snorting it all ourselves. Chicks love that shit. You want to go now? Nah, probably should wait until dark. What do you want to do until then? I don't know. 7-Eleven just got a Defender machine. Maybe we could play a few games and then get some beer. I figure we're gonna need something to take the edge off this shit before we go liberate Lester's coke.
You've been listening to the 10th Rule Books Big Bad Old School Radio Serial Podcast, brought to you by 10th Rule Books, bringing you the pulp fiction that skips the boring parts. Go check out all our books on Amazon, including Best Laid Plans of Idiots and Fuck-Ups, a cook novel by Todd Moore, and The Walking Funeral, Hell Book 1 by Bodie Myers. We'll be back next week with more Fierro. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And check out our blog. Until next week, see ya.